Those little baby angels, they are what's trending in true crime. Their mother faced a judge just days after she was accused of fatally shooting her two boys to death. 32-year-old Tiffany Lucas is her name. That's her right there. Look at her. Charged with 2 counts of murder, appeared in a Kentucky courtroom Tuesday. She's accused of murdering her 6- and 9-year-old sons, those beautiful boys. Police say she shot them both in the head. How disgusting is that? Those 2 boys were found by a neighbor. They were covered in blood in the home that they shared with their mother, the person who was supposed to be protecting them. Those little slain siblings were rushed to a nearby children's hospital and sadly did not survive their injuries. And Lucas's Facebook page portrays her as a loving mother who just coordinated Star Wars themed Halloween costumes for her and her boys. Look at this. There's a picture of them recently. As more details are coming out of her past, we're learning about a drug possession conviction. And our question this morning, how did she have custody of these kids? Let's bring in our guest now. I have with me in the studio law enforcement expert Sonny Slaughter, standing by remotely criminal defense and civil rights attorney Casey Early, and the state attorney for Palm Beach County, Florida, Dave Ehrenberg. Good morning to you all. I'm so happy to have you with us here on the show to discuss this very important and heartbreaking case. Sonny, I'd like to begin with you. Your thoughts on how in the world she had custody of those boys when we understand she had quite a checkered past.
Thank you for having me, Julie. I believe that there was absolutely a breakdown in our system when you think about Child Protective Services and law enforcement and the investigative process and what happened in this particular case that allowed her to have any physical custody and not just potentially supervised visitation. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just so hard to think about. And then you see the picture of them on Halloween and they look happy together and you think, how in the world can this happen?
Sentencing hearing was emotional and heartbreaking as loved ones became the voices for Maurice and Jaden, who because of their mother no longer have their own. Nearly a year to the day, Tiffany Lucas murdered her 2 sons at their Bullitt County home. The 33-year-old was sentenced to life in prison. Lucas pleaded guilty in October to 2 capital murder charges.
The court will adjudge the defendant guilty of the offense of murder and fix her sentence at life in prison.
Family of Maurice, 6, and Jaden, 9, gave tearful and enraged testimony at the sentencing hearing.
You took him from me, and I hurt every day. Every second of the day, I hurt.
They called Lucas selfish, evil, and a monster for shooting and killing the very children she was supposed to love and protect.
I often see these court shows where the defendants are forgiven by the victim's family, but not today, not by me. I will never forgive you.
The defense, while not excusing Lucas's brutal behavior, for the first time in court showed surveillance video of her mental state and hallucinations from drugs just 1 day before the murders. She's heard telling a neighbor, "I need you. God is talking to me. I need help." Another video from inside a Waffle House shows Lucas and the boys in one of their final moments. A server says Lucas looked like she was in her own world and couldn't comprehend what was going on.
The only peace I have in this is knowing that you can't hurt them anymore. And I'm pissed.
As Lucas heads to prison, the boys' aunt, Bobby Baker, says she was hopeful Lucas would not have the option to get out. From Bullitt County, Alexis Matthews, WLKY News.
Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. You know who it is, who it should be. Your boy, Jake Cass. Better known now as who? Trucker J. Getting live loaded. And I came across this disgusting display of motherhood. Miss Tiffany Lucas out of Kentucky. This woman took a firearm, pointed it at her 2 boys' head, 1, 9, 6, and unalived both of them. They said the neighbor, when he went to the home, both children were covered in their own blood. A mother is supposed to protect her children, man. There was just videos prior, maybe that day or the day before, when they was in the Waffle House, the kids looked like they were so full of life. And from the looks of it, it looked like there was 2 fathers. Because it looked like it was 2 sets of family members in the courts giving their statements, their victim impact statements. And it makes you wonder, man, it had to have been mental health. And the only thing I can think of, because they didn't look like bad kids, is she couldn't deal with the fact that she was a single mom raising 2 little boys and not with either one of the fathers. And I'm going to say that in some cases, rest my mother's soul, she wouldn't have did me like that. But there was times when I was little and I was bad as hell, because I gave her a reason to beat my ass. But there was some times where you look just like your effing father. And she would pound me out, man. Like the beatings would be a little extra because I looked just like, my mom was light-skinned. I looked just like my dad, spitting image. And because she hated my dad, them beatings would be a little bit extra. To the point one time, I mean, I was bad now. I can't say that I didn't deserve it, but she had beat me with an extension cord, and I had like whelps all over me. And we was living with my grandmother at the time, and my grandmother seen them whelps, and my grandmother was a religious. I'm talking about didn't curse or nothing. I never heard this woman curse. Went to church every Sunday, did the usher board deal on Wednesdays. I mean, she was just all about God. She seen them whelps on me. I think I had to be like 7, 8. When I say my grandmother beat the effing mess out of my mom's and she cursed, and I was just in a room like shocked. I was laughing. You know, I was like, what? I'm not used to grandma saying that. You know? It's crazy, man. So, in some cases, the moms have serious mental health issues, and they can't stand the fact that there's no man in the home with her to raise these children, and she deliberately is being mean to the children and abusing the children. In that case, if you know anybody that's suffering like that and you like, yo, get them some help. Remove those children from the home, because it could be detrimental, like in this story. You know, there's some parents, there's some moms out there that's not good moms that abuse their children. I'm looking back to make sure that light don't turn green, because then I got to move out the way so that this trucker could get in the door. You know, if you know anybody, any females out here that got a bunch of kids, no baby daddies in sight, and you know that she's treating these kids mean, a little bit extra, you need to either get them kids removed, report her. It's not about being a snitch. It's about, I got the green light. It's about doing for these children, man. Children are the future. Children are important. Children deserve to live. All she had to do was get them boys up for adoption. It's a shame, man. Now these boys is gone forever. 9 and 6. By the hands of their own mother. Just like that story I brought to you with the mom put her 2 babies in the oven. This one puts the hammer to her babies, man. And blow their brains out. The mama, the one that carried them for 9 months, or maybe she had a what they call that? When you have pre-birth or what have you, it doesn't matter. She carried these babies. That's why a mom is more important. I think he's getting my paperwork. Sad, man. But y'all be blessed. I got work to do. Trucker J, man. Just bringing that story to you. If you know anybody that's abusing their children, report them. Don't let them children lose their lives. Real talk.